Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your month ahead reading. So let's see what's coming up for you in December, what's the overall vibe, and also the three major highlights coming up for you. So the first card we have is Faith with the waxing crescent moon. So this month, December, is going to be about restoring faith, having faith, exercising faith, and so on. So themes like this can come around. You can also be questioning the faith that you follow, or you might be questioning what you believe in for yourself, for the future, based on your past. Is it different from something that you were taught, like when you were a child or something? So questions around faith basically is coming up here for you. Okay, so the first highlight we have is great good fortune with the 4-leaf clover, and well, it's quite self-explanatory. You have good luck on your side. Then we have gong, an exciting event. Okay, this could be yours or someone else's. This basically is a celebration vibe going on already. And we have a broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. Okay, and that is somehow a very good fortune for you, that something does not work, because it's as though one door closes, another opens almost simultaneously. You're like, for example, if you're looking for a new house, you get rejected from the one that you liked, but right at the same call, basically, that where you are like, well, they're not accepting you, you also hear, but I do have another option available, which would be more, to your liking. I think you can check it out right now. And then you visit it and it's like every single thing that you were wanting. Okay, so somehow a sort of rejection is not, a deal breaker. It's not making you upset in any way. It's just redirecting you in a new path. That is super lucky for you. Okay, so let's see your tarot cards and then we'll get to your oracles and blessing. Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups coming up first. This can be a lack of inspiration or not being able to see the opportunities. It's like being fixed in one direction so much that you're not noticing the other blessings that are coming around in your life. Okay, basically a meh type of vibe where you're wishing for one thing and you're just waiting in that direction. Meanwhile, this very perfect thing in the perfect shape and form and in the perfect timing is just waiting for you, which you're not able to acknowledge because you're again wanting something else at this point. But whatever is waiting for you is actually going to make you much happier and much more inspired. Okay, then we have the 9 of Wands, which is about perseverance. This can be that you have a lot of energy in this month. You might be fighting for something, applying for, again, it can be a competitive type of vibe, but one where you're more focused on your performance and not really worrying about the competition, but the effect is going to be that you are winning, that type of vibe, right? So you have plenty of strength, perseverance, and stamina in this month. So whatever you set your mind to, you're very likely to stick to that. So if you want to form new habits, this would be a very good sign. Okay. Then what do we have? We have the King of Wands. This can be an entrepreneur card. This can be about competition again, but also competitiveness. With yourself, with your own quality, like upgrading yourself, up-leveling your knowledge and pursuing a certain passion no matter what. You have a lot of energy once more, so you might find yourself very active. And if you don't find something that really grips your attention, you might feel bored with, your time, basically. So it's very important to channel fire energies. Already we have 2 fires going on. Otherwise it just becomes very restless staying in one space. So yes, please direct it towards your passions and you're going to see just how far you are able to climb. Even if you're not trying to make a career out of it, it's just that from the beginning till the end of the month, if you do a little bit every day, then you will see a lot of improvement in whatever you enjoy. And this is also about taking initiative and going after something that you really, really desire, that you are going to pursue it no matter what. It's a commitment type of vibe, but in a fiery way. Okay, it really, really calls to you. And On another level, this can be talking about a fire sign person in your life, who will be more significant, perhaps can be a teacher figure, or kind of showing you where you can channel your energy, where you can find some passion or something that would be really exciting for you, new opportunities that you could develop on, and so on. So fire signs would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, then we have the Two of Cups, which is a very nice couple card. It's about getting together with people, collaborating, and getting along with whoever you're surrounded by. So cooperative and collaborative type of situation going on. So you're not alone in any of these situations, in any of these cards that I'm talking about, because of the Two of Cups' presence. But I feel like even if there are people who are helping you out, you might be defending your stance, or you're kind of sticking to your own standpoint. So in a way, in your mind especially, you are working alone, but it's not really the case, because you have another person, another viewpoint, and perhaps this is the person who's showing you some inspirational thoughts or some more motivation coming towards you, where you can pursue your hobbies and career. But it can also be that you're feeling very passionately towards a fire sign, and you want to take things a little bit further, perhaps go on a date and things like that, or you want to spend some more time with them in whatever scenario that it fits for you. But all in all, Two of Cups is about things which are in alignment coming together, okay? It's not restricted to people. It is also situations working out in a very harmonious manner. Like I was saying earlier, one wish is not granted, but almost simultaneously you get news for an exciting event, which is absolutely fitting for you. And up until that point, it can feel like, oh, but I've been fighting for this for so long, or I've been defending this for so long, or I've been just sticking to my let's say same manifestation, using the same words, or pursuing a single direction, because you are a fixed sign, so you are going to have a very strong focus whichever way you direct it, right? That's like the beauty and the curse of all fixed signs. And I feel that's what's coming up here. And something coming through is redirecting your focus, which does not tire you anymore. That's the interesting bit. With the Nine of Wands, you're sort of like, okay, one more step, okay, we gotta make it. You're still feeling like there is an uphill battle, or that there is something against you, and you have to keep pushing against something. But with the King of Wands, it's completely different. It's no resistance. These two cards about resistance, these two cards not at all. Okay, this is harmony and flow, and you're still passionate. Okay, you're still passionate, you're still driven, still ambitious, and still courageous to try out whatever. And guess what? Whatever this new shift is, it can be a mindset shift as well, but more so it can be like hearing something from someone, or an event happens and you're like, I did not think of it this way, or something of that sort. It's going to be different for everyone, but regardless of where that comes in the month, you are going away from a defensive vibe, and you're more proactive, you're taking more initiative, and you feel like you're more in control, and you have the power to make whatever changes you want to make. There is no resistance, because you're working along with what is coming towards you. You're working with the synchronicities and the flow and the opportunities that just kind of make themselves known, right? Okay, then we have the Seven of Swords. This can be about strategy. This can also be about keeping your plans to yourself. So this event might be something that is, brought to you in a private manner. So, this person is only talking to you, or this idea comes only to you. And even if you're working together with someone, Seven of Swords is like that lone wolf vibe, and you might keep that idea to yourself and work on it by yourself. So that puts you in that very power and boss position, regardless of your career situation. It can also be in a couple situation where you meet someone and you're interested in them. This can be that you start communicating, but you're keeping that a secret. There might be, for some of you, this is someone that you wanted for either a long time, or you have been together, but there has been a long time of separation and there have been a lot of guards up. So there is passion reigniting and there is more intimacy and connection as well. So you kind of don't want to jinx it and you want to keep it on the down low. That's definitely possible. Yeah, strategy and planning. It's like, to your mind, everything becomes clear with the Seven of Swords. It kind of falls in places, but you're not sharing that yet with anybody. And if there are a lot of negative people around you, or you're kind of defending yourself for good reason, then Seven of Swords can be that there is one person or two people, I don't know how many, but there are some people who would kind of steal or manipulate the idea or anything that you have. It can be even like a taunt or something, when you express something, they're like, oh well, good for you, and not in a nice way. Right? There are two ways you can say that, but there's something not so nice about that can be possible. But again, it depends on whether you already know them. This won't be a secret, somebody coming around. You already know who this is, if that applies. Okay, then we have the distraction of shiny things, and this corresponds to the devil vibe. Devil energy is all about obsession again. So if you're feeling obsessed about one particular direction, again, getting fixed in one direction, then it can be that reality comes to surface, and that kind of sets you free with this bird here. Like, it's taking flight now. It's ready to soar at this point. So recognizing what keeps you stuck in a situation can help you get out of it. You might, start planning differently, and you're like, okay, I'm really excited about this. Yeah. It can also be that certain fights are just not worth fighting about. With the Nine of Wands, it can be that whatever I've been defending doesn't need to be defended. So I'm gonna just go and do what I like. I don't need to explain myself to these people or to the situation, or like, I don't, like if something is too much, you don't have to keep feeding it your focus, because it's very apparent that there are more opportunities out there, whether that is relating to a person or a career or even a mindset. Okay, then we have the good kind. So, well, that, as the card says, it's good. Okay, so things that are meant for you coming around here, you might recognize opportunities that are just a perfect fit. Like I said, with the Four of Cups, one person is offering everything that you want, but it looks different from what you are anticipating or the image that you have in your mind. So instead of defending for the qualities that you're wanting but are not really going to fulfill you, you're finally noticing something that has already and always been there, that is just everything. Okay, so you feel very happy about that. You move towards that direction, perhaps not immediately. Again, you're like planning in your mind to make the move. This is like you're on the verge of making that action, right? So you're strategizing and you're not telling anybody yet. Yeah. All right, then we have hidden secrets. Okay, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Buddha said. Well, yes, exactly. So again, what has been keeping you stuck? Whatever this, the Seven of Swords can also be self-sabotaging. So where do you stop yourself, and where do you kind of cause losses in your own vibe? So getting angry about things that are just irrelevant to where you're headed or where you want to be headed, or kind of talking to people who would not understand you anyway. So instead of trying to force a connection, you're like, you know what, never mind, I understand myself, I got this, I'm gonna move on and meet someone who's really right for me. Things like that, where even you are hiding from yourself, or others are hiding from you, you are hiding from others, whatever that hiddenness is, where there is a sense of sabotage and a very hard boundary and rigidity, that is going to fall apart, because there's a reason for why that rigidity is, and it's not benefiting you with your growth. Because this King of Wands is like, you have a ton of power in you. You have so much energy, like jam-packed in this month, especially, okay? And there will be clear opportunities of what is right and what is not for you. Whether that clarity is, once again, through your mind or through other people, or a literal event that happens that just makes it loud and clear, because the gong is like, you can't miss, right? You can't miss. So it's something that comes about, and it is up to you then now to take it. Then we have cheerfulness. So it is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. Okay, so this is feeling happy with what you get, again, feeling lucky and just really successful. I feel like you're embodying a vibe of success and joy. You want to do something that drives you passionate, that the inspiration is kind of self-generating instead of looking for it outwardly. Okay, cool. Nice message. Then we have anticipation. Yeah, see that excitement and that passion. You're not losing that. The resistance is not bringing you the excitement that you're really, really craving. So when you're in flow, you find that it's a huge rush. Okay, there can be whatever you do, whatever your focus point is at this point in life. There is a high amount of energy coming in, a lot of motivation here, and it's kind of launching into something. This Seven of Swords as well. It's like, okay, I know what keeps me stuck. I know why I have done this, or I've attracted such and such situations / people, and so on. I get it now. Okay, there is a clarity, and it's a very subtle and an internal drive. It's very primal in that way, but it spurs you into action for something more amazing for yourself. Okay, great. So let's see your astro dice, Aquarius, please, for December. North node, right? No, south node. Gemini and the 12th house. Cool. So Mars will be in Gemini still? Yes, Mars will be in Gemini. What's taking place there? It's a fellow air sign, so your power of thought and strategy is really coming back, coming really onto the surface, because Mars is, again, powerhouse and action taking. It's about passion and drive and what spurs you into that action, right? So that being retrograde is simultaneously taking a backward step and resting and evaluating, and also about working a lot. It's just working in a very different way. Any actions that happen, it's not easy to do it outwardly, and if people force it, then it can backfire. When Mars goes direct, then it does not seem as appealing, or the ideas are not really on point or not fully developed, things like that. So I like that we have Seven of Swords here. You're keeping it underneath the surface. And I like that we have the 12th house, which is about the unconscious mind, the spiritual body. It is also our undoing, our fears and insecurities, because that with the card number 15 here, Devil, is like everything that keeps you stuck, just unearthing and done, releasing. South node is like it's released. Okay, you've done it. You've covered that thing. You don't need to focus anymore in that direction. It's time to switch gears. And for some of you, it can be a message in your dreams that comes, which illuminates this, new direction or this new opportunity. But it can also be said in some way, because Gemini is about communication. You can read it or you can hear it. Or you can be talking to someone and it just comes out of your own mouth. That also happens. And you're like, whoa, hey, I didn't think of that myself. Yeah. South node, you're releasing certain things, and that includes the toxicities and anything that inhibits you from growing further. All right. So That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and that it helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box in the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.